Ravens fan, pay attention to this bombshell that could change everything for our offense. Imagine this. T. Higgins, one of the best wide receivers in the league, might be on his way to Baltimore. Yes, the same T. Higgins who has shined with the Bengals and left many defenses scrambled. Now, he could wear our jersey and become the missing piece to transform Lamar Jackson's offense into one of the deadliest in the NFL. And the best part? He'd be coming straight from one of our biggest AFC North rivals. Just imagine, besides strengthening the Ravens, we'd also weaken the Bengals. This is the kind of signing that sends a message to the entire league. Baltimore is here to dominate and won't hold back to make it happen. But is this deal even possible? And what exactly could Higgins bring to our offense? Stick with me until the end, because I'll break down all the details of this potential game-changing move that's shaking up the future of the Ravens. Go Ravens! Have you ever thought about the kind of impact a player like T. Higgins could have on the Ravens? He's the type of wide receiver who can completely transform an offense. Tall, strong, and with reliable hands, Higgins specializes in making tough plays look. Picture Lamar Jackson throwing those deep, precise passes, and Higgins rising above defenders to snag them. That's exactly what the team needs, a player who strikes fear into opponents and boosts confidence in the offense. The truth is, ever since the Ravens started searching for a dominant receiver, players like Higgins have always been the ideal type of talent. He's already proven with the Bengals that he can shine even while sharing the spotlight with another star like Ja'Marr Chase. With the Ravens, he'd have the chance to be the primary target, forming an incredible partnership with Zay Flowers. This balance of strength, skill, and explosiveness could finally give Baltimore's offense the consistency it's lacked in key moments. Beyond his on-field impact, signing Higgins would also send a strong message. The Ravens are serious about investing heavily to get back to the top. Baltimore's offense would gain depth, creativity, and power. And speaking of opportunities, Higgins leaving the Bengals makes this scenario even more exciting for the Ravens. Can you imagine the Bengals without T. Higgins? Well, it might actually happen. With massive contracts already committed to Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase, it's becoming increasingly difficult for the team to keep Higgins. This situation creates an incredible window for the Ravens, who could seize the chance to bring one of the NFL's best wide receivers straight from a division rival. More than just a signing, this would be a strategic move, strengthening Baltimore while weakening Cincinnati. Stealing a talent like Higgins from such a strong rival would have a massive impact both on and off the field. The Bengals already know how important he is, and losing a player like that would undoubtedly leave them vulnerable. For the Ravens, this would be a golden opportunity to show they're ready to dominate the AFC North. Plus, securing Higgins would prevent him from landing on another competitive team, which only adds to the importance of this potential deal. Of course, prying Higgins away from the Bengals wouldn't be easy, but the fact that he might be available is enough to get fans' dream. This is the chance to pair one of the league's best players with Lamar Jackson and completely transform the offense. But what would Higgins truly bring to Baltimore's game? Let's dive into that now. Now think about this. How would the Ravens' offense look with Higgins? The first thing that comes to mind is the duo he'd form with Zay Flowers. While Flowers brings speed and agility, Higgins would be the guy for big plays, using his height and strength to overpower any defender. This combination of styles would create an unpredictable and far more dangerous offense, something Lamar Jackson would certainly love to utilize. Another big advantage is the stability Higgins would bring to the passing game. He's the kind of player you can rely on in third down situations or the red zone, where every play counts. This wouldn't just help Lamar, but also the entire offensive scheme, as opposing defenses would have to respect the passing game more, opening up opportunities for Derrick Henry in the running. Higgins is the type of player who changes the way opponents prepare to face the Ravens. With Higgins in the lineup, the offense wouldn't just get stronger, it would become more complete. He'd fill a void the Ravens have had for years, a dominant wide receiver capable of making a difference in any situation. But bringing Higgins to Baltimore won't come cheap, and that leads us to the next point, the cost of this deal. We've covered a lot so far, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't liked this video yet. That's super important for YouTube to keep showing you my content, so I can keep bringing you more updates. So go ahead and give this video a like. It's free, okay? Let's keep going. Signing T. Higgins isn't like signing just any player. It's a significant investment. For a wide receiver of his caliber and age, the Ravens would need to open their wallets. A 4-year contract with substantial value would be necessary to convince him to wear the Baltimore jersey. On top of that, the team would have to outbid other franchises also eyeing Higgins in free agency. Even with the high price tag, the question remains, is it worth it? When you consider the impact he could have, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. The Ravens have already shown they're willing to spend to compete, as seen with past signings like Derrick Henry and Odell Beckham Jr. Adding Higgins would further demonstrate Baltimore's commitment to winning now without jeopardizing. However, financial planning would require caution. The front office would need to balance investing in Higgins while maintaining a competitive roster over. But is this deal truly feasible? Let's analyze the challenges and possibilities next. Bringing T. Higgins to Baltimore sounds like a dream, but is it realistic? The biggest obstacle is the salary cap. The Ravens would need to adjust contracts and create space to accommodate Higgins, which might mean restructuring deals with other players. Additionally, there's the competitive market. Many teams are interested, and Higgins' price could climb even higher, complicating negotiations. Another key factor is the relationship between the Ravens and Bengals. As division rivals, the Bengals could make it as difficult as possible for Baltimore to sign Higgins. Still, if Higgins hits free agency, the decision would ultimately be up to the player, and the Ravens would need to convince him that Baltimore is the ideal place for him to shine. Despite the challenges, the possibility of adding a talent like Higgins is something the Ravens can't afford to ignore. Securing this signing would show the team's willingness to face any obstacle to compete at the highest level. And if Higgins does arrive, his impact would go beyond the field. It would be a strategic move for the Ravens' future. If T. Higgins joins the Ravens, it would mark a huge step toward a bright future for the team. He wouldn't just be a crucial piece for the present, but also for the years ahead. At just 25 years old, Higgins still has many prime years left, meaning he could anchor a strong, consistent offense alongside Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers. Moreover, Higgins would solve a long-standing concern for the Ravens, the lack of a true number one wide receiver. He would bring stability, quality, and above all, reliability to the passing game, key elements for competing against the NFL's best teams. This signing would also signal that the Ravens are thinking big, investing in players who truly make a difference in decisive moments. Ultimately, Higgins wouldn't just be a technical addition, but also a statement of intent. He would symbolize the Ravens' determination to be frontrunners, both in the division and across the league. Now the question is, will the team be able to turn this possibility into reality? Are you ready for this potential revolution in Baltimore? T. Higgins on the Ravens would be a game-changing move for our offense. There's no denying. With his receiving skills and the chemistry he could build with Lamar Jackson, the impact on the team would be immediate. Plus, taking such a talent away from the Bengals would be a decisive blow to one of our biggest rivals. But of course, this is still just speculation, and whether the Ravens will take this step is something only time will tell. Now, tell me, do you think Higgins is the right name to transform our offense? And do you believe Baltimore has what it takes to make this move happen? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and share your opinion. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any Ravens updates. See you next time.